Hello everyone! Preston here with another video. This time I got super hyped because of the announcement last week from the Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker DLC as usual. So we're going to be doing a Reaper fan art for this week's video. So before we get into it, always remember to subscribe if you haven't already, like and comment what you guys think, and let's get going, okay? Awesome. So like I said, this was for the whole situation with the new Reaper class that's coming out for the Final Fantasy game, and I am so excited. This just gave me so many goosebumps seeing it in action, because for a lot of you that don't know, I have this really cool ideology of what death is like, and this kind of gives meaning to it in a more JRPG style, which is awesome for me because I actually always thought that it was really cool that there was a personification of death in many different cultures. So having a class that represents that a little bit more was really cool for me. Now I've been wanting to try out more of the Final Fantasy concept art style, and that's why I went through the books and tried to mimic it as much as I could and tried to follow their leaders more than anything on the art style that I'm trying to do with this. So it's kind of an homage for both myself with the class and as well as the artists that work on Final Fantasy already, especially since I want to work for them as my dream job. This is just one of many artworks that I've done in the past year alone for Final Fantasy XIV, and this is just fantastic, and I think that this piece turned out very well in the end, and it worked out quite a bit with how things turned out in the end. This line art actually I took a lot more time with, as you can see, and tried to focus more in on the design and the intricate parts of the character, not just doing quick line art like I normally do and then painting over it all. I focused a lot more on the line art and try to rely on it as much as they do with the other concept arts and situations like that, because I wanted to learn from it and try to figure out what they do and how they work everything out for this piece, and I really had so much fun working on it. It was a blast to try designing the weapon a little bit. I wanted to follow as much as the concept art as possible for the weapon, but I had fun just adding my little quirks for it myself and seeing where things happened and changing the colors here and there when we get to the colors, because that was definitely one of my favorite things, is actually trying to push the colors quite a bit more with everything that was going on with this piece. The whole thing took me about 3 days because I was testing out a different style than I'm used to. So this was definitely an interesting factor to it. Anywho, the whole thing was really fun for me to work on and figure out where everything would be taken forward with this. I wanted to try forcing myself to learn these ways that more concept and illustrative artists work with, and seeing where things turned out for this art piece. I had a lot of fun working on it and seeing where things turned out for me. There was a lot of definite endings for this that could have happened, but I wanted to try keeping this as earthy and as simple as possible because it felt a lot more unique for me to try this out and try to see where I can push this. And this is definitely one of my favorite pieces that I've done recently with the design and everything that's been going forward. I'll be honest, this was a really fun piece to finish up and see where things were going. As you can tell, I tested out a different way to do shading. I did more of a cell shading with multiply layer, and it was interesting to see how things turned out, and trying to block these colors in and seeing where things turned out was really fun. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video and seeing exactly where things turned out in the end, because this was really fun for me to work on, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of it as much as I did when I was working on it. I'll see you guys at the end. Thank you again so much for watching today's video. It was awesome to work on this piece. I love the design for the new Reaper class in the Final Fantasy XIV DLC Endwalker. I'm excited to test them out when I get to them and everything, since they are required for level 70 and I'm only in the 60s right now. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you want to check out my other stuff, please check out my links down below for all of my other content. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and comment what you guys thought. It definitely helps me out with seeing what I can do next and move things forward. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!